love? What is love? I had to go into a deep thought when thinking about this. According to Google, love is an intense feeling of deep affection, a great interest and a pleasure in something, and a feeling of deep affection for someone. But what happens when that feeling goes away? Because it does. It does. I like matcha, but the more and more I'm drinking it and the more and more I'm consuming matcha, I might not like it anymore. I might want to find something else. I might like a book, a certain book, and I might read it over and over again, but after some time, it gets old. And I might not love, according to Google, I might not love this book anymore. I might want to find another book. My definition of love comes from the Bible. This is my definition of love. And the Bible shows that love isn't a feeling. Google defines it as a feeling. The world defines it as a feeling, but the Bible depicts it as a choice, as a choosing, as a decision, as an action. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 1, therefore be imitators of God as dear children and walk in love, as Christ also has loved us and given himself for us, an offering and a sacrifice to God for a sweet smelling aroma. What was the sacrifice? Do we know what the sacrifice is? And do we know what the definition of a sacrifice is? If you look it up, the definition of sacrifice, it'll give you like the actual definition. An act of slaughtering an animal or a person or surrendering a possession as an offering to God. But when I went to look at words, the noun words that were similar, it says offering, to offer up. And what was the sacrifice? The sacrifice was Jesus Christ. He offered himself up. He denied himself. He gave himself up for us. We can go to chapter 4 of Ephesians, verse 32, and be kind to one another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another, even as God in Christ forgave you. Do we know the context of how many times God had to forgive the Israelites? Over and over and over again, he chose to forgive and forget. He held no wrongs against them. They came to him, they sacrificed, and he held no wrong against them. He forgave them. God kept no record of wrongdoings. So it says, be kind to one another and tenderhearted and forgiving one another. God has forgiven us. It is in our nature to be sinful. It's in our nature to be disobedient. It's in our nature to want to do whatever we want to do and be curious and just want to have all this control over our life and the things and the people around us. It's in our nature. It's humanly nature. But God is telling us to be forgiving and loving towards one another because he's forgiving and loving towards us. And if we're being rightful here, we don't deserve it. But because he loves us so much, he forgives us anyways. And he loves us anyways. Despite our sinful nature, he loves us.